Beautiful people, today we are ranking every single team of the season player thus far. And as per usual, we have broken rank 1, foot champs, debatable, and the pine. Run up the comments on your opinions with this team of the season thus far. Players that you put into motion. Who did you pack? Because I didn't expect it, but just with the resurgence and the amount of players available, we have packed what seems like half of these individuals. Eredivisie, hello. And I'm calling it now, on record, off record. If you're new to team of the season, you could read off the stats, but I'm telling you, a lot of fraudulent activity. I question the authenticity. This is not anything new if you've been through multiple years, ecosystems. The stats move up, but you don't always feel the difference. So we're starting off in the pine. Alexandro. Looking like foot champs. Not mad at this whatsoever. Anticipate, which is always crucial. It's unfortunate that EA gave him slide tackle. It's kind of a wishy-washy play style, all things considered. And he also has 5-star weak foot skills, a little Brazilian flair. Magnus, what a name. And if I have some male offspring, that just feels godly. Something powerful. It feels that way, but he's going to the pie. Santos. You'd like to think he's cool for the weekend. I'm seeing more or less debatable. We can have that combo. Ant-Man, I love the name. Not that he had a choice. Still makes me think NBA. You've seen what Anthony Edwards has been getting up to thus far in the playoffs. That man is an attacking menace. The 94 also going to the debatable. We don't have any proof of concept. Burn. Now hear me out. None of us have unlocked him at this point. I didn't want to exclude objectives. I still wanted to have the conversation. I'll put him in the foot champs for now, but I'd like to believe he will be at least rank 1 when you unlock him. 6'6", 99 strength. He could just bear hug the tree and tear it down. Mika with the 99s. They're not gonna feel quite like a 99 for the pace. Some of that deals with body type and even track record, proof of concept, previous iterations or lack thereof. Blah, 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 blah. I keep seeing him in packs all day and he's not getting any sort of rotational. I can't make it happen. Algerians, stand up. I like what I'm reading off the paperwork. I've been using them. He might be a little hit and miss, but he's enjoyable. You've got skills. You've got 90s everywhere on the item. Some of y'all will scream off the rafters, Rude Hullet Gang. I'm not going that far. But we're not just talking newspaper numbers, but you might have some questions around the consistency. I'm also wearing blue for team of the season. Side note, that's completely unrelated. If you want to upgrade your office space, this is a good time period to do so. Lights, camera, action, everything Elgato. That is linked down below. If you want to make a pickup, highly recommended. Chawinga, wow. Those are the real deal 99s. To the point that I think she needs to be broken. If you're talking slice, dice, pace on deck, cutting, left sticking, technical ishing, all of those types of characteristics just in your face, aggressive, puts pressure on you. Feels right to go broken. Do it. The teenager, making moves, making waves. We're going surfing. In SBC, I'm not upset if you complete. Rank 1 feels generally where he should be. You will have other wingers or attacking players that are similar, at least a similar level. Just preference of who you want to use. That's all that I'm saying. Ryan, you can only play him as a center attacking mid if you want the potential to be in this rank 1 type of discussion, conversation, back and forth. I am a fan of him in that type of specialist role. If you're going to play him out wide, my opinion changes. He doesn't have that boosted pace, that turn and burn, but he does have the quickness, the touches. He has to be almost a number 10-esque type of role if you want to maximize what he does on the virtual pitch. Olivier, what are we talking about? I don't love that he's 5'11", but bruiser, anticipate, those are good. Movement is good. I'm putting him debatable because EA did this thing where they just started giving him 90s everywhere. 9-0. I think he has 11, 12 stat lines that have 9-0, which I believe is a fake stat. The same way that I believe that 5'11" is a fake height. Azarico to Georgian, I think we're just too late. This 90's not going to be able to get moving, growing, flowing. Not gonna have the same impact. Santa Claus, I'm a fan. I'm a biased fan. We're gonna put him into foot champs. If you've been following the channel, that should not be a surprise. Mario, not gonna be supercharged. You don't need him, respectfully. I'm sorry. Melchi Dumine. How do we want to play this? She is 5'3", but kind of an anomaly. not just the touches, but that she has the physicality. You can play her as a striker or a center mid. I don't know that either of those positions have good longevity for what we're looking at. It's a pro clubs player. I'm leaning her into foot champs because I don't think that she's going to work for that many of you, but there might be some exceptions to the rule. De Jong just does not fit the meta. Can't see it happen. And Jonathan David, always a one-man counterattack show. That has not changed. Will finish for breakfast, lunch, dinner, extra helpings, extra servings, extracurriculars. Endler's been a goalkeeper I've been okay with. Probably the only woman goalkeeper that has given me some levels of confidence. Most of the ladies are just too undersized to play in that position. And for that reason, I'll give Endler a debatable if you're looking for a new goalkeeper. Here is some optionality. Boosie! We're not talking about the rapper down south. Did some time in jail, came out, kept the movement rolling. This Boosie is going to the Pine. That Boosie, you're booking tickets. Ousmane Dembele, easily the most hyped, anticipated player of this promo. The best stat lines, the best previous history, many years of FC or FIFA success, so much movement and speed, pace, turn, additional play styles. The Frenchman is turning heads in the best of ways. Has to be broken. We might even make a category all his own just because of the separation that he deserves amongst these players. Barcola, I rate him. And my first instinct says to put him into broken with that same disclaimer that Dembele is, again, just another notch up. We're heading to Spain. You see Torres, surely he would be challenging for a broken or a rank 1. Again, none of us have unlocked the final objectives thus far in FC. I just didn't want to leave them off. You guys come back to this video and you have questions and where is this individual? Did you get a chance to use him? None of us have. Amongst this grouping, he would have to be in broken. So take that with a grain of salt. Grace, a little underwhelming. Pactor as well, debatable. I see the stats. I don't know. They don't make sense. Gills, undersized. That's not going to be for me. Gosens, another objective player. I would be highly surprised if he gets beyond debatable. I actually just packed this gentleman, and he has a double 5-star. I think you can find at least some sort of placement going into the weekend league, whether it's a starter or it's off the bench. And that's where I'm locked in. Pierre Højbjerg. Happy about the item. He could play that holding mid role for you. I could be self-swaying here to get him into debatable. Horan at a 97. My American bias is fully kicking in. She is something else in real life. And now we have a virtual item that's able to coordinate or corroborate those stories. Masri, I wish that we had a center attacking mid naturalization because she reminds me of a Pateas type, and she's in that same category. I've always been on record as someone that definitely supports her previous items. She goes under the radar. She costs you next to nothing. Always a cheap pickup, and I would recommend for the 95 for the weekend. Even with the 3-star skills and weak foot, his pace is real. The belief, the hopefulness, the deliverables, the actuality, it's there. I'm going for the weekend. Pine, sorry, 89s and 90s. I see more of a Pine option here, unless you just are so exceptional. Jarrell, nope. Marquinhos is cool for the weekend. I know it's a lot of upgrades between having aerial, having anticipate, the stats, they brought up the strength. He still feels just slim for a center back. I have not been a big fan favorite over multiple iterations and multiple years now. Even when Marquinhos gets upgrades, he's still good enough for the weekend. I don't want to take that out of the picture, but I'm not going above and beyond. João Neves, talk to me. Nice! Again, nearly part of the 90-plus crew. We now have 4 play styles, including first touch, incisive pass, tiki-taka, and intercept. I like that combination of a little bit of defense. You're sprinkling that in. You, of course, have the passing. It's going to be able to turn, receive, no questions asked, whip it into him. That works. Not dynamic enough. Mateo, I think you could find some room and some placement. You might have questions of what is her best position. Whether you're playing up front, you're playing somewhere in the midfield, are you able to incorporate it in a way that has certain levels of fluidity and synchronizing into your squad? It's just a matter of how do you build the whole squad to maximize or take advantage of the sparkle, that crispy clean. Noah Lang with the skills will take you into weekend league certification. He has finesse shot with first touch, which is always a good combo because you can whip it in and then you can release a little bit quicker with that finesse shot, and then has that new low driven, which we've all seen, especially if you're inside the box, it just flies under the goalkeepers. Not doing anything with it. Dries Mertens, I'm happy to see that he's still playing, still receiving items. We call him the ageless one, and the responsiveness undeniable, easy to unlock. It's basically as free as it comes from an objective perspective. It's on the early end. Thank me later. You'll find some minutes for him, at least at this stage. Whether he's off the bench, he's in the starting 11, somewhere he's in a rotation. Lady goalkeepers, you know where the stance typically ends up. Nuno Mendes is fantastic. I don't know if I get him into a straight broken because we've had so much fullback competition, even before the next stages of releases with Team of the Season. My first instinct says that he should be in rank 1. Am I just not giving enough credit for defenders? That's my first internal reflection. Maybe we'll review and this will shift, but Nuno's good. Karchawi has had a down year. It's still continuing. She's cool for the weekend, but the game just hasn't fit into what she does best. And it's left her where she's been on the outside looking in more often than not because the defensive liabilities is not something you want to sign up for between positioning and just lack of size. This is a hell of an upgrade from a 78 overall to a 95. 4 play styles, and they're good ones. And in-game, his positioning has been good to go. He's not the biggest center back. I'm struggling to not have him in broken. He's got that next stage or that next adjustment period for right here and right now. And I can already feel a little bit of movement up front. Just wait for it. Irish Troy to the Pine. Ramco. I'll be nice. We could throw some goalkeepers just into debatable. Maybe you like them. Maybe you love them. Maybe you don't. I'll do the same with the Argentinian. No one was using either of these goalkeepers before Team of the Season. Therefore, we don't even have that many stat lines or people making cases on the internet. It doesn't exist. Rabiot, I like him a lot. Enough to give him foot champs. Gonna cost you, again, nothing. Good body type, more Ruud Gullit-esque, actually. Back and forth, good size. In fact, throughout many years, he has been a starter, a performer, someone that you signify with success on the virtual pitch. But this year, for whatever reason, he has not cost you a premium at any point, regardless of the upgrade or the promo. Under the radar or underrepresented. Bernard, I haven't always co-signed, but this version is different. Not only the 4 play styles, but 88 agility, 87 balance, to go with real pace, to go with serious play styles, to go with an item that we saw that worked for many during Team of the Year just a few months back. Josip, if you want debatable, fine, but you're not gonna sell me on a true 90 pace here. I don't feel it. I don't recognize it. Thompson, the youngster, I'm putting my American bias. I have not unlocked her. I think she'll be good enough for the weekend, but bias coming in. And we're on record with that. Simi got that 4 play style upgrade out of nowhere. Technical, power shot, incisive, relentless. We're trading up. Sophie, even at a 94, her previous versions, the positioning was more of the issue. A lot of the lady wingbacks this year just haven't been as prominent. No disrespect. Kenneth Taylor, for some of you, will be in foot champs. Others, maybe the Pine. That's why I'm going debatable. It fits by definition. Taliso, I packed him recently, put him into motion. Still good enough for the weekend. Maybe not your most presence-full center mid or center defensive mid, but you can put him into a lineup and he'll do his job. Tillman, even with the bias, to the Pine. I don't see the minute. I don't see the playing time. Zakaria might surprise you as a holding mid. I think you could get him into a weekend. More of you might have him more debatable, but don't sleep on Zakaria if you're looking for something discount shopping. And then Vitinha, classy finish. The connecting of the dots, I definitely rate him. We have rank 1, which brings us to a review. I don't know that I've ever done this before, but we have created a category just for Dembele, and I'm good with that. I'd like to get us into maybe 5 total players in this broken category. I'm going to take Chawinga down, even though she is without a doubt a threat. And then because we haven't put Torres into motion, maybe we're giving him too much credit off rip, which leads us to Dembele as a front runner, 5 and broken, good selection of rank 1, plenty of foot champs. And in theory, Team of the Season item at a minimum should be good enough for the weekend, but they're just not. And if you're new to the scene, you might question, how is that possible? It is. Start playing with some of these lower rated or unheard of Team of the Season players in terms of at least virtual representation, and tell me the stats don't feel a little off, or that they're not making a big enough difference. They're not burning or fast tracking by defenders, or they're not intercepting. There's something that is missing in the gameplay or the game plan or the AI functionality. I don't know what it is. I've just been in the scene for a long period of time, and it's always been this way. I appreciate all of you, and I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.